Hey everyone, meteorologist Jessica Blum here, and I am filming this just before 8 a.m. Wednesday, March 12th. We're going to be talking about this Friday and Saturday, mainly what's going to be happening as a very strong system sweeps through the state with some severe potential with that as well, but mainly off to the east. A lot to get to, so stick with me. We're starting out with a beautiful look at the sunrise this morning. Couldn't pass this up. An eastern view from our Barry Law camera, and just a gorgeous look to the sky initially Wednesday morning. But things are going to get more active toward the end of this week, especially in regards to just this system passing through Friday to Saturday. We're looking at blustery winds here in eastern Nebraska starting out of the south. That will increase some fire danger, and wind gusts could be on the order of 30 to 40 miles per hour. Saturday, on the backside of this system, winds will shift out of the north and west around 40 to 50 miles per hour for most of the state. So we're going to look into that. We're also going to look into some storm potential. Storms will be possible as the system is spinning up and could send a wave of thunderstorms through Friday afternoon, kind of toward the evening. A storm or two could be strong with that, and some winter weather will also be possible with this system sweeping through, namely through western and central, north central and northeast Nebraska into Saturday morning. So we are going to break all this down initially, and here going into Thursday, actually, besides this system, we will have some fire danger increasing with some blustery winds picking up in central Nebraska, namely in these areas under a fire weather watch or a red flag warning for Thursday afternoon through Thursday evening. This would be for March 13th. Winds will be out of the south for Thursday afternoon. There you can see it, kind of, if I circle it here with an arrow, namely through northeast Nebraska down through southwest Nebraska. You're looking at wind gusts around 30 to 40 miles per hour. So that's increasing the fire danger. The air is going to be rather dry, and we still have a lot of dry vegetation across the state. That's meeting the criteria needed to issue a red flag warning from the National Weather Service. But let's go into Friday and Saturday and look at those winds with the strong system deepening through Nebraska. Now, the center of this system is right through central Nebraska at this point Friday morning, and that's why you see lower winds in that area. But eastern Nebraska, Friday morning, we're looking at wind gusts around 30 to 35 miles per hour, but notice the winds are out of the north and northwest. Out in western Nebraska, already around 30 to 35 miles per hour, and that's only going to pick up from there, especially out in western Nebraska. 40 to 50, wouldn't even be surprised for some 55 to 60 mile per hour wind gusts out that way Friday afternoon. Notice we still have winds out of the south, and that's as some of these thunderstorms will be starting up and initiating in eastern Nebraska. We're going to take a look at that next, but just in terms of what winds we're expecting through Saturday, now you see as that system is lifting to the north and east, we are experiencing some very strong northwest winds on Saturday, 40 to 50 miles per hour for just about everyone. So that takes you through the wind up through Saturday afternoon. The winds should start to relax Saturday night into Sunday, but let's talk about now what we have for an idea for precipitation, because we're now starting to get some shorter range models to look at what this will look like going into Friday and Saturday. It doesn't cover the entire event, so you'll see me switch over to a longer range model for late Friday night into Saturday morning, and I'll mention that here in a second. But Stormcast here starting at Friday morning, March 14th. Some spotty showers starting up in the Panhandle. Some snow will initially try to change over out in the Panhandle later in the morning as the cold air is already trying to cut in on the backside out that way. But notice the cloud cover moving with a northerly extent. The low center of the low pressure system spinning up is about here, and we're starting to see a line of thunderstorms fan out through eastern Nebraska by 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon. Now notice as I advance in time, the line of thunderstorms from eastern Nebraska moved further north, and then we've also got some more thunderstorms extending back through central Nebraska. But then you've got another band or two of snow out in western Nebraska, so as the cold air is cutting in on the backside, it works to transition the thunderstorms into, at times, maybe some moderate snowfall into early Saturday. But notice we're stopping here. This is where some of our short range models end at this point As we get closer to this event, we'll have the shorter range models able to cover this entire event, but you're getting an early look at what I've been looking at this morning. Now switching over to one of the longer range models. This is central into northeast Nebraska. The system is lifting to the north and east, so kind of snow, a little bit of a mix in this area overnight, but as it's lifting into northeast Nebraska, some snow. And mainly mentioning this because this could be a messy commute if any of you've got to travel during that time frame into early Saturday morning. If you can delay the travel a bit by late Saturday morning into the afternoon, you'll be better off. But some snow ongoing early Saturday morning. And again, blustery winds with that before it's kind of coming to an end that afternoon. Now I'm going to go back to the short range model just to show you a bigger scope because this is a larger event. Many meteorologists across the nation are talking about this because this is going to impact a lot of areas to our east with a significant threat for severe weather. So I wanted to show you that. This system's spinning up. There's some thunderstorms entering Lincoln, eastern Nebraska, 3-4 o'clock possible. But notice what goes on further east heading into the evening hours and night of Friday. You're looking at a line of thunderstorms developing and quickly organizing to the east. This could be a nighttime event. So if you've got friends and family in Iowa, Illinois, Missouri, they'll want to be aware of something like this as it'll happen during the nighttime hours. And really a line of thunderstorms fans out, so this will be more straight line winds, some tornadoes possible, and some hail. But as you look at the severe weather threat, the highest potential is off to our east, but it does get up to an enhanced level 3 out of 5 risk, mainly for those in and around the Mississippi River, from the extreme southeast corner of Iowa down through Memphis, areas of Mississippi and Alabama for Friday night into Saturday morning. And then the severe weather potential will shift off to the east through the deep south really into Saturday. But you notice Lincoln is not included in this. That doesn't mean we couldn't see a strong storm or two pulse up as that initial line is kind of fanning out Friday afternoon with some gusty winds and some hail. So we will be watching for that. In the meantime, we will cool from the 70s to the 40s from Friday into Saturday, warm up to the 50s and closer to average on Sunday, and then back to the 70s for St. Patrick's Day and those festivities before our next system we'll be watching maybe by the middle of next week to bring little potential for rain and snow.